Hello guys, and welcome back to another episode of Pueblo County Sports Experience Interviews. Today we're here with a couple girls from the soccer team, Lilly Adams and Rylie Stupnik. How are you guys doing today?
Doing pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good. Can't lie. It's been a good day so far.
Right, coming off of a good win last night. How was that?
It was good. I think it was a really good building block for our team just to work on some things that we all need to do a little bit better and build our chemistry as we go along the season.
Yeah, saw a couple people playing out of position a little bit. Rylie got herself a hat trick.
Yeah,
that's
huge.
Was that your first one of high school?
Uh-huh.
Oh, well,
yeah.
Congratulations.
I mean, like,
on
I've
that.
scored before, but like that was the first three.
First
hat
hattie.
trick.
Yeah.
Nice. And you also have one on the season?
I do, yeah.
So congrats on that.
Thank you.
Well, let's start things off with a relatively easy question, guys. How did you guys... Oh, wait. Chase is going to hand you stickers. Never mind.
We got some stickers for you guys.
Sweet, thanks.
Take those. It's a little tradition we have.
Sorry, Sarah Vargas, that you didn't get one. Anyways. How did you guys get into soccer?
Well, my dad actually started coaching me when I was like 3 years old. And like from then I just have been playing like my whole life because it's always just been something fun for me and like made a bunch of new friends, including Lily. Yeah, I met a lot of great people and just, basically my dad started it all because he created a club team with all like us little girls that, I mean, some I still talk to, some I don't, but yeah, just have been playing my whole life.
Yeah, that's about the same for me. My mom was a really big soccer player, and she always encouraged me just to do any sport that made me happy. But I really wanted to follow in her footsteps because she's like my biggest role model. So when I was about 4, that's when I started playing. And ever since then, it's just been like my goal in life, just to become better as a person and a teammate to help me get that building block. You know what I mean? Because it's like, to me, it's like a job. You got to make friends, go out there, do your best, and yeah, just have fun with it. So...
And how long have you two been teammates?
A long time.
Well, because we used to play against each other because she was on a different Rangers team, huh?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And like we played, I think, like a few games against each other. And then she joined my club team. What was it? Like?
Yeah, I was the addition. So before it was Rylie and Sophia were like the duo. And then I was added on. And then we started becoming best friends.
All right.
Yeah. I don't know when that was.
That was a long time
That was a while ago.
I couldn't give you an exact date. But
well before high school.
Yeah.
though.
Yeah, way before
well
high
before.
school.
All right.
All right. Well, I want to backtrack a little bit to last year. You guys had a great record and probably one of the better teams of soccer that I've seen for county, boys and girls. You guys had that first round matchup against Cheyenne Mountain that didn't go so well.
Yeah.
What was that game like?
You know, for me, it was a good point to reflect on a lot of things just growing as a player. Because obviously that's a big step for a team, right? You make it to playoffs, you're all super excited. Like, it's the feeling that you get as a freshman when you're starting on varsity.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, you're just so psyched to go out there and play your hardest. Which I think as a team, we played our hearts out and we really gave it our all. It just didn't end up in our favor.
Right. And there were a couple, like the goals of that game were very just unfortunate.
Yeah.
But speaking of playoffs, how are you guys feeling this year? Do you guys think you're going to make a run?
We're hoping so because we're like 15th right now.
Yeah.
They take the top 32
32.
teams, and I think the first like 8 or 9 get to like skip the first round.
Mm-hmm.
So we're hoping that like we have to win our next 5 games if we want to like not play the first round. So that's gonna be a little tough with Palmer Ridge for sure.
That's what I was just about to follow up with. How are you guys feeling about that matchup?
Ooh, nervous.
You know, honestly, like obviously it's a very nerve-wracking game because they're a really good team.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we're just facing a mental block right now. I think we're all kind of nervous to go into it, but I honestly think we can beat them. Like, it's totally possible if we play, our hardest. So I think we can do it.
We were talking about it earlier yesterday that we wish we could just go and commentate that game.
That would
but
be so
it's
fun.
Unfortunately in Palmer.
Yeah.
So it's unfortunate that that's not a home game.
Yeah. Well, because last time when we played them for like 10 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
it was a blizzard and it was just already a rough game as it was. So we knew like this next game, it's not going to be easy.
Yeah. And then didn't you guys play them last year and beat them 1-0?
Yes, we beat them 2-1 last year. Didn't we?
No, we
that's
lost 1-0.
We lost to them 1-0.
Yeah.
So we got to get your little bit of revenge there.
Yeah.
Lock yourself a playoff spot.
Yeah.
I think you guys could go on a run. Personally, you guys are off to a great start so far, 6-2-2. or 7-2
7-2.
after last night.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and then a couple league games left. Those should be relatively easy.
Mhm.
No offense to any other schools out there,
No.
but yeah, just got that Palmer game. So good
Mhm.
luck to you guys on that.
Thank you.
Chase, any questions?
Yeah. So like after a loss, what kind of motivates you guys to come back from that, play better? What's really like the defining thing that motivates you?
I think just knowing that each of us as a player know we can do better.
Mhm.
Because there's always those little mistakes you're going to play, but that happens. Nobody's perfect, and you're not going to go out there and just do everything 100% correct.
Yeah,
Which
absolutely.
I think that's a really good thing about our team. We're all very good as individuals, and we can see the mistakes that we make and grow from them as
Learn
a better
from it.
person. Yeah,
Yeah.
like it's just a learning block. That's all it is.
Good. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
You just bounce back from that.
Yeah.
That's huge.
You guys had a pretty, from what I've heard, interesting game against Pueblo West.
Yeah.
I do want
I
to
wanna
know
hear
a little
about
bit
that.
more
Oh
about that.
my
I want to
gosh.
hear about
Y'all got to
it a
talk
little
about
bit.
that.
Oh.
Honestly, so we went to PKs for the the milk jug, and we lost in that, which is very unfortunate. But throughout the whole game, like, it was a good, intense game. You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
both teams really wanted it. I think there was just one mistake that kind of led to them getting that goal, which it happens, it does. But I think it was a really good point for us to see that if you let them have that one breakaway, then they'll score. And it's just something that we have to reflect on as a team and make sure that next time we play them, you know what I mean? We have to lock it down at all times.
So I heard that was the last time you played them. Is that not true
Oh, is
as
it?
far as
We don't know that. It could be a possibility because there's a lot of other things happening outside of the game, but I have no idea, if I'm going to be completely honest.
Dang.
okay?
I would
Well,
hope not. It's just a good competition
It
between
is.
two schools. Like, it's just a fun rivalry game.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it'd be sad if we did, but
Yeah.
And it's been
absolutely.
fun for us too because a lot of our friends that we played club
Mhm.
with are on that team. So it's fun to play against them, you know what I mean? And just
I'm
go
sure
at
it
it
does
with
get
them.
very
Yeah, yeah.
competitive
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
whatnot.
it gets heated. That's just how it is, though. That's just
Yeah.
how rivalries are.
That being said, during those close games, you have a couple ties on the season, a couple losses as well, but very close games, minus Lewis Palmer. What goes through your guys' mind, like as a team or as individuals during those close games?
I would just say, like, when it gets close like that, we just all have to, like, keep the energy up because if one person loses it, everyone's gonna lose it. Like, one person gets mad, everyone's gonna get mad. And, like, in those close games, you just have to keep, like, positivity. You have to keep encouraging each other. You have to give up the energy and intensity because once one person loses it, it all falls down. And that's what we've learned from, especially with Lewis Palmer. I think towards the end, we just kind of were giving up, honestly, and just knew that we just weren't coming back from that, even though we could have, and then ended up losing 5-0. So that goes to show once we give up, that's what's going to happen.
Well, that's the learning experience you were
Yeah.
just talking
Yeah,
about, and you guys
Mhm.
seem to build well as a team. Coach Granado is relatively new.
Mhm.
This is their second year coaching for high
Yeah.
school. You guys were both on varsity freshman
Mhm.
year.
We were.
What has that change kind of been like?
And not much, honestly. I mean, for me as a freshman, like starting on varsity, that's huge, right? Because
Yeah.
you're just coming from middle school and you're trying to make a name for yourself in the sense that I see it. And I think it's just honestly like it's a really cool experience to be out there with everyone and you just have to give it your all.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nothing really changed with the
Mm-mm.
coaching.
No.
No.
Dang.
That's always good. That makes it easier for all the
Yeah.
players and whatnot.
It does, yeah.
So, with you guys are having a couple seniors leave, Grace, Macy,
Mhm.
Noah. What are some other players that you think will be able to focus more on and shine throughout the further upcoming seasons?
I don't even think we're getting a lot of new freshmen next year, but the people that are on our team this year, we actually had Soraya. She played her first varsity game last night. She
Mhm.
scored her first goal.
Mhm.
I think she's gonna have a really big bounce from this year to next year as her sophomore year.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of the freshmen have really good mentality, and that's something that a team needs because once you get inside your head, I mean, that's like the biggest downfall of a player. You get inside your head and then you lose it. But a lot of them have a lot of grit. Like they'll fight through
Mhm.
all of the hard games and just keep going because they want to make that name for themselves, right? But I think we have quite a few girls that are going to have
Mhm.
that.
Yeah, you guys definitely do have a young team, which is
Mhm.
always good. Like,
Very.
there's quite a few freshmen on the team
Yeah.
starting on varsity, which you love to see.
Mhm.
I would consider both you guys probably the two biggest leaders on the team, I'd say, from what I've seen. But like, what kind of like inspires you to lead like that? What helps you through that?
You want me to go?
Yeah.
I don't know. So my mom, she's like my biggest leader in everything. So I really look up to her and try to be like her in a sense, because she's just always trying to look at the positive side of things. And when you have a leader that just constantly brings you down, nags you about everything, it destroys you as a player, which I've had experience with that before.
Yeah.
And you always just want to try and be as nice to everyone as possible, right? Because when you have that positive outlook, then it just kind of creates a bond with everyone else that brings them in closer together. So that's just what I always try to do as a leader. Just be that person that anyone can go to or talk to on the field. Be like, hey, I need help with this. What should I do? Right? Like, you just got to be nice.
Yeah.
That's the way I see it.
Who else on the team would be considered like a good leader that we're not talking about?
I would say Grace and Macy all
Mhm.
the way. Grace is probably like the sweetest person I know, and
Mhm.
Macy is also one of the sweetest people ever.
Mhm.
She's always very like direct in what you need to do, or going to talk to for advice or anything. But she's there to help you. That's how both of them are, and they're both two of our seniors too that are going to be leaving. But they've been such a big impact on our team all
Yeah.
all 3 years that I've been here.
Mhm.
Okay.
Oh, like what do you guys do off the field to build like chemistry and stuff like that? Like, would you guys consider yourselves?
We eat food a lot.
Okay, that's fire.
We
Team
do.
dinners.
We
Team
do.
dinners.
Yeah, we had.
Yeah.
What did we do? We had Olive Garden, and then one of our managers, shout out Donovan, brought us Chick-fil-A after
Fire.
practice. We all
Yeah.
just ate, watched film. Gosh, we haven't done much team building as we
No.
wanted to, just because it's so hard getting everyone together.
It is. yeah.
But it's like, yeah, the food after practice and stuff, watching film. That's kind of what we do to get closer, I guess, and build that.
But you guys are definitely close as a squad, though.
Yeah,
Like, it seems
yeah,
like it,
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
we are.
Rylee, this guy right here is constantly changing your music
Oh,
during the pregame.
Hey,
Yeah,
I need
yeah.
you
You're
to
not supposed
say
to rat
Let's
me
talk
out.
about
to
that.
him.
Let's talk about that.
I need that confrontation right now.
Is it
What
not
is-
clean? Or is
Oh,
it
no.
like? Because what? I don't.
No, like
ask him
I
why.
wait. All right, so it started last year, right?
Uh-huh.
I would wait till like the chorus was about to start, and you
You'd
guys, like,
skip
it would
it.
just be songs that you guys were getting hyped
Bro.
to, and then I'd skip it, like just as a joke. You know what I mean? But
It's not funny.
It carried.
No.
It
No
carried
one's
on.
It's not
laughing.
funny.
I'm
No
sorry.
one's laughing. You're
sorry,
just
yeah.
ruining
I'm
the
sorry.
vibe.
I'm
You're
sorry.
just ruining the vibe.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's
Devin.
okay.
Devin wasn't supposed to rat me out.
Don't let it
but
happen again.
You ratted me out.
It's okay. You'll probably do it next
I
time.
will probably
anyways.
do it again.
Yeah.
So.
I thought it was Pacheco.
Oh.
I didn't know it was you till Devin said something.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
It's
Sorry
okay.
about that.
It's okay.
but I can't promise. I got to keep doing it.
I know.
You know, it's just my
Yeah.
thing.
It's tradition. He'll skip
It's
at
my
least
yeah.
one song.
It's just my thing.
If I look at you though up there and you know it's a good song, don't skip it
All right,
because
I
then
got
we're
you.
gonna
I
have
got
a
you.
problem.
I got.
That'll probably mean he will skip it.
He's
He's
gonna
definitely gonna
he's
skip
gonna
that.
skip
That
That'll
it.
make it my
now.
cue to skip it. But
Anyways,
Uh,
what has been your guys' best memory so far throughout playing soccer with County?
I would say Milk Jug last year for me
yeah.
personally.
Mhm.
Just because that was the year I think everybody we had a lot of seniors on that team that we were really
Yes.
close with. And that group especially me and Rylee, like with her sister Zoe, like we were very, very close. And we had a bunch of our friends just bring everyone to come watch that game. And when we won, everyone came on the field. And it was like really cool because not a lot of people come to watch soccer. So you know what I mean?
That was our freshman year.
Oh, well, freshman year.
Yeah,
I apologize.
It was our freshman year, and I think the whole baseball team came and watched because it was Maggie's boyfriend Dax. He
Mhm.
brought all of the baseball boys, and after we won, they like ran on the field. It was the coolest thing
That's
because
so
that was like the
fire.
first time we won it in like
A
10
long time.
years.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
And then you guys also won it your guys' sophomore
Yeah.
year,
Yeah.
correct? So
hmm
back to back next year, you guys got to go and win it.
You're
bringing it
Bring
back
next year.
Hopefully.
if we
Take it back
if we
from
get
West
to.
if you guys get the opportunity.
Yeah.
Both of you guys, I would say, are pretty dang good at soccer.
Mhm.
Thanks.
Do you guys plan on playing soccer past high school, or what's that looking like?
Yeah, I'm planning on playing soccer past high school. So,
Any schools in mind?
I don't have one in particular right now, but I've been kind of looking in Florida and California.
Okay.
Sick.
Why those
I-
places specifically?
For my education, I really want to be a marine biologist. So being on the
You gotta be
coast,
close to the
yeah,
coast.
I got to
Yeah.
be close to the water. But they have some really cool teams out there, and a
What
lot
about
of really
like
good.
Hawaii?
That's so far
That's a
from
bit
home.
far, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like I love Hawaii. Don't get me wrong. That's like my second home, but it's so far
Mhm.
that's
and expensive.
Yeah.
That's facts.
Rylee, your sister is playing in
Mhm.
college.
hmm
Do you want to follow in those footsteps? Maybe go to play with her again.
I've actually been like focusing on basketball Like, I love
Oh.
soccer. Don't get me wrong. Like, if that's like a backup plan and like that's something I want to do, then I'll do it. Like, I will 100% play and be really cool to play with Zoe or any of my friends really at CSU even with some of the girls there. But yeah, I've kind of been focusing on basketball. Like, I've been playing with a club team and stuff and kind of been focused on that and just playing soccer. But like, if that's an option and that's something that I want to do, then I'll still take
Well,
it.
where would you like to play basketball?
Oh, I don't even know. I haven't even thought about it. We looked at some schools in Oregon. We went to Oregon because I love Oregon. So I looked
Oregon's
at
amazing.
yeah,
also
yeah.
love
Looked
Oregon.
at some schools there. Definitely not the D1 ones, but looked at some schools there. Gosh, there was one in Florida, I think, and like North Carolina. I was looking at some, but I haven't even thought about it, honestly.
Yeah, and
Well,
you guys have time.
Have time,
Yeah,
hopefully.
you guys have
Yeah.
at least another year. So,
Yeah.
we got a little bit.
anyways, good luck to you guys with that journey.
Thank you.
Mhm. Well, do you guys have anything else to say?
Not really. I mean, it's super cool that we got to be interviewed for this. I'm glad we get to talk for our soccer team because I think that's a really great group of girls and they need to be looked at more. I think soccer is kind of a sport that is kind of looked down upon,
Mhm.
but I think we're a really great squad. So
I think the only thing is that soccer's kind of hard to like
Mm.
cheer for.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
it is.
other than that, guys, go show up to a soccer game.
Show up. You guys got to show up.
Our girls soccer team is probably gonna make it to state this year,
And they're
So-
making a run too.
and they're gonna make
They're
a
gonna
run.
make a run. Ain't that right?
All right, Chase, do you want to do the outro?
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you guys go like and subscribe and follow all our accounts at PCH, PCSN, and we'll see you guys next time. Thank you.
Laters.
Later, y'all.
Thank you guys for coming on.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.